The .410 bore is often underestimated, written off as a beginner's gauge or a novelty round, but that reputation completely ignores what modern engineering has done with it. These shotguns are lighter, faster, and far more capable than most people expect, and in the right configuration, a .410 can be devastatingly effective for small game, turkey hunting, range work, and even defensive roles. What makes them special isn't raw power, but how controllable, compact, and confidence-building they are. That balance is exactly why popularity has exploded in recent years. So instead of talking theory, let's walk through the 10 most popular .410 shotguns in America right now, starting with the workhorses and ending with the one that defines premium craftsmanship in this category. Kel-Tec KSG410 opens the list as one of the most unconventional yet surprisingly practical .410 shotguns on the market today, and it immediately stands out because it refuses to follow traditional shotgun design rules. Built around a bullpup configuration, the KSG410 keeps the action and magazine system behind the trigger, allowing it to maintain a full-length 18.5-inch barrel while shrinking the overall length to just over 26 inches, which is dramatically shorter than most .410 shotguns with comparable barrels. That compact footprint makes it extremely easy to maneuver through tight hallways, dense brush, or confined spaces, all without giving up ballistic performance or usable pattern density. One of its most talked about features is the dual magazine tube system, with each tube holding 5 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, giving shooters a total capacity that most .410 platforms simply cannot match. Switching between magazine tubes is fast and intuitive, adding flexibility whether you want to alternate loads or simply keep shooting without frequent reloads. The pump action feels surprisingly smooth given the tight internal layout, and Kel-Tec's engineering keeps cycling consistent even during faster strings of fire. Recoil is very manageable, making it approachable for smaller or less experienced shooters, while still remaining fun and controllable for seasoned users. Forward shell ejection is another smart design choice, keeping spent holes away from the shooter's face and making the platform equally comfortable for left and right-handed users. Weighing in at roughly 5.5 pounds unloaded, the KSG410 stays light enough for extended use without feeling flimsy, and the slim profile, just under 2 inches wide, enhances handling and balance. The synthetic construction is purely functional, prioritizing durability and impact resistance over aesthetics, which fits the shotgun's role as a hard-use tool rather than a display piece. Controls are straightforward. The trigger pull is serviceable for a pump shotgun, and the length of pull works well across a wide range of body sizes. On the downside, the bullpup layout can feel unfamiliar at first. Reloads require practice, and the trigger feel will never match that of traditional sporting shotguns, but those trade-offs come with the territory of such a compact design. Priced at around $400 in the current market, the KSG410 delivers a level of capacity, portability, and modern thinking that is rare in the .410 world. It is not trying to be classic or elegant, but instead focuses on solving real-world problems with bold engineering, making it an excellent option for shooters who value maximum capability in the smallest possible package. Tristar Viper G2 comes next, and it is one of those shotguns that quietly wins people over the moment it hits the shoulder because everything about it feels easier than expected. This is a gas-operated semi-automatic .410, built to avoid the reliability headaches that often plague small-bore autoloaders. And Tristar got the tuning right, so it cycles smoothly across light target loads and heavier hunting shells, without the shooter needing to swap parts or adjust settings. With an overall length of roughly 46 inches and a 26-inch barrel, the Viper G2 sits in that sweet spot, where it swings naturally without feeling slow or front-heavy, and at around 5.7 pounds unloaded, it stays light enough for long days in the field. The recoil impulse is soft and straight back, making follow-up shots quick and comfortable, especially for newer shooters or anyone sensitive to sharp kick. One of its standout features is the use of high-quality Turkish walnut with clean checkering, which gives it a classic sporting look, while the Cerakote finished receiver adds real-world durability against moisture, scratches, and rough handling. The vent rib barrel helps with consistent sight alignment, and the fiber optic front sight pops clearly in low light, which is a big advantage during early morning or late afternoon hunts. Interchangeable choke tubes come standard, typically covering improved cylinder, modified, and full, allowing the shotgun to adapt easily from clays to upland birds without extra expense. The balance point sits right between the hands, so the gun feels lively rather than nose-heavy. And the gas system does an excellent job of smoothing out the shooting cycle. Magazine capacity is generous for a 410 semi-auto, and features like a chrome-lined chamber and barrel improve longevity and make cleaning easier after wet or dirty outings. The safety and controls are simple and intuitive, keeping the learning curve low, though some shooters may find the trigger average rather than exceptional. On the downside, it does not have the prestige of higher-end European semi-autos, and the factory fit and finish, while good for the price, is not custom grade. Still, those compromises are easy to accept when you look at the current street price, which typically lands around $800. At that level, the Tristar Viper G2 delivers a refined, reliable shooting experience that feels far more expensive than it is, and that strong balance of performance, comfort, and value is exactly why it has become one of the most popular .410 semi-automatic shotguns on the market today. Stevens 301 sits at the opposite end of the design philosophy spectrum, and it proves that pure simplicity still has a powerful place in the modern shotgun world. This is a single-shot break action point, 410, that strips everything down to the absolute essentials, removing magazines, gas systems, and moving parts that can fail under hard use. The manual of arms could not be more straightforward. Break the action open, load one shell, close it, cock the hammer, and fire. That simplicity translates directly into reliability because there is almost nothing here that can go wrong. The Stevens 301 typically comes with a 26-inch barrel, which helps it deliver surprisingly consistent patterns for such a minimalist platform. And the removable choke system allows shooters to tailor their pattern for different hunting scenarios, rather than being locked into a single constriction. Overall length lands just under 42 inches. And with an unloaded weight of roughly 4.5 pounds, this shotgun is exceptionally easy to carry all day without fatigue, even in rough terrain. The synthetic stock is built for abuse, shrugging off rain, mud, and temperature swings that would quickly damage traditional wood furniture, and the simple matte finish reduces glare while requiring almost no maintenance. The length of pull sits in a comfortable middle ground, making it suitable for a wide range of shooters, including younger hunters and smaller-framed adults. A basic bead front sight provides a clean and uncluttered sight picture that encourages instinctive shooting rather than overthinking the shot. The trade-off, of course, is capacity and speed, since you only get one round before reloading, and follow-up shots require discipline and practice. The trigger is serviceable rather than refined, and there is nothing flashy or premium about the fit and finish, but that is exactly the point of this shotgun. It is built to work, not to impress. With a current price hovering around $230, the Stevens 301 is one of the most affordable .410 shotguns available, making it an excellent choice for new shooters, seasoned hunters looking for a lightweight backup, or anyone who values absolute reliability over features. Its continued popularity comes from the fact that it does exactly what it promises every single time, and in the field, that kind of dependability never goes out of style. Tristar Cobra 3 moves the list forward by delivering classic pump-action reliability in a compact and highly approachable .410 platform that feels purpose-built for shooters who want control without excess weight or bulk, especially those stepping into pump shotguns for the first time. This model typically runs an 18.5-inch barrel with an overall length hovering just under 37 inches, which gives it excellent maneuverability in tight environments like dense brush, small blinds, or around property, while still maintaining usable pattern performance. One of its biggest advantages is the shortened length of pull, which makes it far more comfortable for smaller framed shooters, younger users, or anyone who finds full-size shotguns awkward to shoulder. Unloaded weight comes in at roughly 4.25 pounds, keeping fatigue to a minimum during long carries and making the gun feel quick and responsive when mounting. The pump action cycles smoothly with a confident positive stroke, and the chrome-lined internals add real longevity by resisting corrosion and wear, especially in wet or dusty conditions. Fiber optic sights mounted on a vent rib barrel provide fast, high-contrast target acquisition in low-light situations, such as early mornings or late evenings, without cluttering the sight picture. The Cobra 3 ships with interchangeable choke tubes, usually including improved cylinder, modified, and full, allowing it to adapt easily to different tasks, straight out of the box without additional spending. Magazine capacity is practical for its class, and the action remains reliable even when cycled aggressively under stress. The synthetic stock and fore-end are built for durability, handling bumps, drops, and rough use that would quickly mark or crack wood furniture. Downsides include a basic trigger feel and fit and finish that clearly reflect its budget-friendly positioning rather than premium craftsmanship, but those trade-offs are easy to accept given its current market price of around $500. For shooters looking for a lightweight, rugged, and easy-to-handle pump action, 410 that prioritizes function and reliability over flash, the Tristar Cobra 3 continues to earn its popularity as a dependable first pump shotgun and a practical all-around field companion. Mossberg SA-410 continues the list by leaning into a traditional sporting formula, blending classic shotgun lines with a modern semi-automatic operating system that prioritizes comfort and consistency over gimmicks. Built around a gas-operated action, the SA-410 is tuned to cycle reliably across a wide range of 410 loads, and that gas system does an excellent job of bleeding off energy to soften recoil to almost nothing, which makes this shotgun exceptionally pleasant to shoot during long-range sessions or extended days in the field. The platform typically features a 26-inch vent rib barrel, giving it an overall length of roughly 45.5 inches, and that added barrel length promotes smooth, controlled swings while helping produce even predictable patterns at typical sporting and hunting distances. Unloaded weight comes in at about 6.5 pounds, which is slightly heavier than some 410 options, but that extra mass actually works in the shooter's favor by further reducing felt recoil and keeping the gun steady through the shot. The balance point sits comfortably between the hands, so it never feels nose-heavy. And mounting the gun is natural and repeatable. The synthetic stock is built for practicality, resisting moisture, temperature changes, and rough handling without requiring constant care, while the clean matte finish keeps glare to a minimum. Interchangeable choke tubes allow the SA-410 to transition easily from breaking clays to upland hunting without modification, and the simple bead sight keeps the sight picture uncluttered and intuitive. Controls are straightforward, the crossbolt safety is easy to reach, and the magazine capacity is well suited to both sporting use and hunting regulations. Downsides are minor but worth noting, including a trigger that is functional rather than refined and an overall length that can feel slightly long in very tight cover. Even so, Mossberg's long-standing reputation for durability and dependable performance adds confidence that this shotgun will keep running season after season. With current prices typically sitting around $700 to $730, the Mossberg SA-410 offers a refined, soft shooting experience that favors comfort, reliability, and consistency, making it an excellent choice for shooters who value how a shotgun feels and performs over flashy design trends. Remington 870 SPS. Turkey proves that specialization still matters, especially when a shotgun is built from the ground up with one clear mission in mind. Designed specifically for turkey hunting, this model takes the legendary Model 870 pump-action platform and refines it with modern features that maximize effectiveness in real hunting conditions. At its core is the proven twin-action bar system, which delivers smooth, bind-free cycling even when the action is worked hard under stress, mud, or cold weather. The shotgun typically runs a 25-inch barrel, bringing overall length to around 45.5 inches. A balance that keeps it manageable in blinds while still providing excellent pattern density at longer turkey ranges. Unloaded weight sits at roughly 5 3/4 pounds, making it comfortable to carry during long sits or careful stalks without feeling sluggish when it's time to mount and shoot. One of the key performance upgrades is the extended full choke, designed to take full advantage of modern high-density turkey loads, producing tight, consistent patterns that deliver clean, ethical kills. The synthetic stock is finished in a camouflage pattern that blends naturally into wooded and brush-heavy environments, while the Cerakote-coated receiver adds corrosion resistance and durability against moisture, dirt, and repeated use. The sighting system is optimized for precision rather than speed, allowing hunters to place shots accurately on a stationary target's vital area. Magazine capacity is compliant with hunting regulations, and the overall handling encourages deliberate, controlled shooting rather than rushed follow-ups. Downsides are minimal, but include the added weight compared to ultralight single-shot or break-action options, and a trigger that remains serviceable rather than refined. Even so, those compromises are easy to accept when reliability is non-negotiable. With current market prices typically hovering around $1,100, the Remington 870 SPS Turkey delivers a purpose-driven package that hunters rely on season after season. For those who take turkey hunting seriously, this shotgun is not just popular. It is trusted because it consistently performs when that single critical shot truly matters. Henry Lever Action Point 410 stands apart in this lineup by fully embracing old-school tradition while quietly integrating modern engineering where it actually matters, creating a shotgun that appeals as much to emotion as it does to performance. Built around a smooth lever action system, this shotgun cycles quickly and positively, with a short, fluid throw that makes follow-up shots feel natural and satisfying rather than forced. It is chambered for 2.5-inch, 410 shells, a deliberate design choice that allows the action to remain compact and reliable, and feeding is handled through a tubular magazine that typically holds 6 rounds, with the added flexibility of a side-loading gate that lets you top off the magazine on the fly without breaking your shooting rhythm. The barrel usually measures around 24 inches, bringing the overall length to roughly 43 inches. And while the unloaded weight comes in heavier than many modern 410 shotguns at around 7.5 pounds, that mass works to the shooter's advantage by steadying the sight picture and soaking up what little recoil the .410 produces. Visually, the shotgun is unmistakably classic, featuring a deeply blued steel receiver and barrel paired with straight-grain American walnut furniture that gives it a timeless, almost heirloom quality presence. The wood is cleanly fitted, the checkering provides solid grip, and the overall balance feels deliberate rather than front-heavy. A simple brass bead front sight keeps the sight picture clean and intuitive, encouraging instinctive shooting, while modern internal safeties such as a transfer bar system prevent accidental discharge if the hammer is struck or the gun is dropped. The lever action design also offers excellent reliability, with fewer feeding issues than some lightweight semi-automatic .410 platforms, especially when running a variety of loads. Downsides include the added weight compared to minimalist designs and a slower reload process compared to box-fed or high-capacity pump options. But those are trade-offs inherent to the lever action format rather than flaws in execution. Current pricing typically lands around $1,100, which places it firmly above budget. 410 shotguns. Yet buyers rarely view it as overpriced because of the craftsmanship, shooting experience, and long-term durability it offers. This is not a shotgun chosen purely on specifications alone, but one purchased because it feels right in the hands, sounds right when the action cycles, and connects the shooter to a slower, more deliberate style of shooting. That blend of nostalgia, solid performance, and tactile satisfaction is exactly why the Henry Lever Action Point 410 continues to enjoy strong demand and a loyal following. CZ'd. Drake earns its place by bringing true over-under elegance and handling to shooters who once assumed this style was permanently out of reach, and it does so without cutting the corners that actually matter. Built as a lightweight over-under point 410, the Drake typically runs with 28-inch barrels and an overall length just under 46 inches, a combination that gives it excellent swing dynamics and smooth follow-through on crossing targets. Balance is one of its strongest traits, sitting naturally between the hands so the gun feels lively rather than barrel-heavy, which is critical for clays and fast-moving upland birds. Unloaded weight comes in at roughly 6.5 pounds, light enough for all-day carry, yet substantial enough to remain steady through the shot. The single selective trigger breaks cleanly and predictably, allowing the shooter to choose which barrel fires first, a feature that adds real flexibility when running different choke constrictions. The walnut stock is far better than most expect at this price point, with solid grain structure, clean inletting, and laser-cut checkering that provides grip without feeling overly aggressive. It shoulders naturally, the length of pull fits most adult shooters comfortably, and the overall ergonomics encourage consistent mounting and proper fundamentals. As with most over-under designs, capacity is limited to 2 rounds, but that limitation encourages discipline and precision, rewarding shooters who focus on shot placement rather than volume. The Drake ships with multiple interchangeable choke tubes, allowing it to transition easily between sporting clays, upland hunting, and casual range use without additional expense. Extractors are used instead of automatic ejectors, which helps keep costs down while still providing reliable shell removal. The receiver and barrel fit is tight and confidence-inspiring, and the action locks up solidly, giving the impression of long-term durability rather than disposable construction. Downsides include the lack of ejectors and the fact that over-under reloading will always be slower than pump or semi-automatic platforms, but those are inherent characteristics of the design rather than shortcomings. With current market prices typically hovering around $680, the CZ Drake delivers the feel, balance, and shooting discipline of a premium over-under at a price that feels genuinely accessible. For many shooters, it serves as a first real step into refined shotgun handling, proving that you do not need to spend several $1,000s to experience what a well-balanced over-under is supposed to feel like. Mossberg 500 sits just below the top spot, and it carries a name that has earned its reputation through decades of real-world use rather than marketing hype. This .410 version preserves everything that made the Mossberg 500 legendary, while scaling the platform down into a lighter, more controllable package that feels approachable without sacrificing durability. Built around a robust pump action system, the Mossberg 500 uses dual extractors and twin action bars, ensuring smooth, bind-free cycling even when the action is worked hard or from awkward positions. The steel-to-steel lockup adds long-term strength, and the anti-jam elevator design helps prevent feeding issues that can shut lesser pump shotguns down. Depending on configuration, the 410 Mossberg 500 typically features a 20-inch barrel with an overall length around 39 inches, giving it excellent maneuverability in tight spaces while still maintaining usable pattern performance. Unloaded weight sits right around 6 pounds, striking a balance between portability and stability. And that weight helps keep recoil soft and controllable for shooters of all experience levels. One of the platform's defining features is the tang-mounted safety, which is fully ambidextrous and easy to manipulate without shifting grip, making it equally friendly for right and left-handed shooters. Magazine capacity is generous for a .410 pump, and the action remains forgiving even with inconsistent cycling technique. The synthetic stock is built for hard use, resisting moisture, temperature swings, and rough handling, and the length of pull works well across a wide range of body types. Another major advantage is compatibility with Mossberg 500 furniture and accessories, allowing shooters to customize stocks, sights, and controls as their needs evolve. Downsides are minimal, and mostly come down to the utilitarian trigger feel and the fact that it lacks the refinement of higher-end sporting shotguns. Still, those traits are part of its identity as a workhorse rather than a showpiece. With current market prices typically around $500, the Mossberg 410 delivers unmatched reliability, adaptability, and ease of use. And that combination is exactly why it continues to stay relevant year after year, regardless of trends or changing preferences. Browning's Citory Hunter earns the top position by setting the benchmark for what a premium .410 shotgun is supposed to feel like, function like, and endure like over decades of real use. This over-under is built around Browning's proven full-width hinge pin and transverse locking bolt system, a design known for exceptional strength and longevity, allowing the action to stay tight and consistent even after tens of thousands of rounds. The Hunter configuration typically runs 26-inch barrels with an overall length just under 44 inches, a setup that delivers outstanding balance and a smooth, controlled swing that feels instinctive the moment the gun is mounted. Unloaded weight sits at roughly 6¾ pounds, which is ideal for an over-under of this size, giving it enough mass to stay stable through the shot, while remaining comfortable for all-day carry in the field. The trigger breaks cleanly and predictably, contributing to precise shot placement, and the mechanical trigger system ensures reliable operation, regardless of recoil or load variation. The Grade 2 walnut stock is a major part of the Citory's appeal, offering rich grain, excellent fit, and clean checkering that enhances grip without feeling aggressive, while the Inflex recoil pad helps direct recoil downward and away from the shooter's face, making extended shooting sessions noticeably more comfortable. Chrome-lined chambers aid durability and ease of cleaning, and the included interchangeable choke tubes allow the shotgun to adapt effortlessly to different hunting and sporting scenarios without compromising pattern quality. Fit and finish throughout the gun are refined rather than flashy, with tight tolerances, smooth barrel regulation, and a receiver that feels solid and confidence-inspiring every time it closes. As with any over-under, capacity is limited to 2 rounds and reloads are slower than with pump or semi-automatic designs. But those limitations are part of the discipline and precision that define this platform. Current pricing typically sits around $2,600, placing it firmly in investment territory rather than impulse buy range. Yet few owners ever question the value once they experience how the gun handles and how consistently it performs. The Browning Citory Hunter is not just a shotgun meant to be owned, but one meant to be passed down, representing the peak of craftsmanship, balance, and long-term reliability in the .410 world. And that is exactly why it deserves the #1 spot. That's the complete rundown of the most popular .410 shotguns in America today, each one earning its place for very different reasons. Whether you value simplicity, innovation, tradition, or pure refinement, there's a .410 here that fits you perfectly. And that versatility is exactly why this gauge continues to grow instead of fading away.